What do you believe about your work? You are a physician stressed out your job. And for years, you've been stressed by your job, overworked, overwhelmed, overextended, dragging yourself to work every day. Then COVID hit and made everything worse. Oh, but you soldiered on. You may have gotten your vaccine, but you're exhausted. And all the old day-to-day problems that were in play before are still there. You're still moving a million miles an hour, trying to see more complex patients in much less time, trying to be a super good doctor and trying really hard not to get sued. Things are tense, potentially at home with your family. You find yourself not sleeping, having nightmares about your work, and feeling more on edge than ever. You may be stressed out, burning out, or are already burned to a crisp. So what do? You know you need to make a change. You want to make a change, but you don't really have an idea about what that change might even look like, where to start. You need clarity about your job situation, but it's all you can do every day to eat, pee, and get your notes done. But that's why I created this channel, to give you a place and a space to ask yourself some simple yet powerful questions, questions that when you answer them honestly, can help you discover the answers and the clarity that you need to make whatever work changes or life changes make sense to you. So today's simple question is this: what are your beliefs about your work? What do you believe right now about working as a doctor? I mean, I know it's weird, but bear with me. We know now that our thoughts, our beliefs come first. Our thoughts affect how we feel, and they create the decisions that we make, which create the actions that we take. And that's the whole underlying philosophy of CBT, right? Cognitive behavioral therapy, and why it works so well, right? If you are an occupationally stressed doctor, a big first step to getting clarity about your work is to look at your ingrained beliefs about work. Why? Because these beliefs may be driving things and they may be tripping you up. They may need to be exposed to the light of day and possibly even dismantled if you're going to finally achieve the physical, the mental, the spiritual, and emotional health that you so rightly deserve. So I submit to you, first, our beliefs about work are imprinted upon us from childhood. Our cultural attitudes, such as how important it is to be satisfied at work, the relative values of different jobs, kind of permeate the society that we're born into. And historically, I mean, we know caste systems, slavery, Jim Crow are all examples of cultural beliefs and constructs that were institutionalized, where the belief was for hundreds of years, for thousands of years even, that certain people should do certain types of work, right? Secondly, and thankfully, our attitudes about work are instance. Americans born during the Great Depression are called the silent generation, right? Because they endured lack and they just did bad jobs without complaining. Now, my generation, a couple of generations behind, is called the slacker generation because we believe very loudly and vociferously in work-life balance. So do you see how societal notions about work are external to you and are passively absorbed? Do you see how they can also change over time? So what beliefs have you had about practicing medicine and where they come from? What have we absorbed from our training and the medical industry as a whole potentially? Well, yeah, this is kind of deep. I never really thought of this before, but I will try. Let me see if I can come up with some things here. Let's see. I have believed that being a doctor and taking care of patients is like the highest profession like there is. I mean, I was kind of raised to think that to do anything else would be like a demotion. Because you gotta understand, my family has wanted me to be a doctor since I was like yay high. So I'm just saying it's like their expectation. What else? Because I know you're going to ask me. I possibly have believed that the only way I could probably make a decent living and make the income that I want and need to make is by practicing medicine. So I think I got that from seeing my loan balance. Yeah, my loan balance is pretty much it. And and let me see, I think, I believe I'm probably gonna have to work for like the next 20, 30 years until I retire or keel over, whichever comes first. I mean, I guess I got that from looking at Norman Rockwell paintings, because I mean, you never see like a young person in those things, right? I'm just saying. Way to go, Dr. Keisha. Thank you for your honesty. Now, let me ask you, are those beliefs true? And most importantly, are they true for you? Do you want to believe those things? Or are there any things of value to creating your own notions about work, particularly if your job is stressing you out? What if you chose to believe instead that the highest profession is the one which brings you the most joy? What if you choose to believe instead that you could make more money doing your work another way or doing other work altogether? And what if you chose to believe instead that you don't have to practice medicine until you die unless you want to? The point is, once you understand that your beliefs on work have been handed to you, now you get to choose what you believe. You can choose which thoughts you want to think. And those thoughts are the ones that are going to give you the clarity you need to start making decisions about your work and the actions you plan to take. If you are a physician stressed out by your job and you are burning out at work, if you need to make a change or want to make a change and need clarity on what that change looks like, consider examining your fundamental beliefs about work. What are your beliefs about practicing medicine? A simple question for a stressed doctor. So until next time, until our next simple question, have a wonderful and gentle day.